Get full episodes of The Damage Report as a podcast on iTunes and Android, and you can watch the live show every weekday on YouTube TV. Obviously here on the Damage Report, we're very focused on domestic news, but other stuff is going on. So, meanwhile
Indonesia.
Indonesia, beautiful footage as always. In Indonesia, you can ride the bus if you turn in some trash. Under the scheme launched by Surabaya in April, this is one of the regions in Indonesia, commuters can ride red city buses by dropping off plastic bottles at terminals or directly paying a fare with bottles. If you wanna know what the exchange rate is, a 2-hour bus ticket costs 10 plastic cups or up to 5 plastic bottles, which the city hopes will help it meet an ambitious target of becoming free of plastic waste in 2 years. A bus can collect up to 250 kilograms of plastic bottles a day, or 7.5 tons in a month. Damn.
This in conjunction with, there's something that resurfaced on Reddit the other day, which is in Australia, what they do for storm drains is they started tying giant mesh nets around the storm drain where it comes out. And just by doing that, it's like a very tight cargo net, it catches tons and tons of plastic every year.
And bodies
and all kinds of stuff from Red Dead Redemption.
Yes.
I shouldn't have said Red Dead Redemption.
No, because now we're thinking about it. Okay, but that's a good idea as well. This is something we definitely need to deal with. I know that earlier this year we did a big segment, we did like a sort of a show mostly focused on plastic pollution. And now I really do see it everywhere. I haven't changed my behavior at all, but I see it. Anyway, that's great for Indonesia, but while all that's going on, meanwhile the Netherlands, another beautiful video. So in the Netherlands, they have a man, a self-styled positivity guru, Emiel Ratelband, who wants to legally change his age. He's a 69-year-old. He's asked a court to approve his request for a new birthday that would make him 49. He says his legal appeal is consistent with other forms of personal transformation that are gaining acceptance and government recognition in the Netherlands and around the world.
Wait till you're 70, because when you're 69, when people ask how old you are, you need to spend an entire year going, 69, dude.
My God. I think he heard 69 is the new 49 and thought, but it could be. No, it's not the same thing. Like, and I'm not saying that he's not genuine, except that he's not genuine. But like the people who try to take all of these other things and say, well, it's the same thing as feeling like your gender identity isn't matching up with your birth. It's not the same thing, man. And like this one of issue where a guy wants to be funny and stuff is, I would say, whether he means to or not, making light of the actual struggles that many, many, many people around the world are dealing with. So, Netherlands, I love you. Emiel Ratelband, you seem cool, but stay 69, okay? You're 69.
And honestly, that's kind of the motto of this show is stay 69.
Thank you. It's like keep it 100, but makes you uncomfortable.
Way pervier,
okay.
Way.
So that's the Netherlands, but meanwhile Scotland, land of one goat. So in Scotland, they might ban corporal punishment, which I will just say, I mentioned this to our producer, smacking a kid upside the head seems like the most Scottish thing I can actually imagine. I say this as a person who's a little bit Scottish.
What's the matter with you? Put that button down, you little smash.
Exactly. What do you do if you can't smack someone?
William Wallace was quartered. You can handle this.
You've been doing all these accents for a long time, and some of them are not great. That's pretty good.
Every one of my accents is great.
Okay, that's
and
not true.
Even more demoralizing than you saying they're not great is when you say, oh, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, okay, I understand that.
Don't do compliments with the word actually in them.
Okay, let's talk about corporal punishment. Okay, so in countries where full bans are in force, the prevalence of physical fighting was 69% lower among young men and 42% lower among young women than it was in countries without any ban, according to a study. And among countries operating a partial ban, including the UK, there was no significant reduced rate of frequent fighting among males. The rate was only lower amongst younger women. So partial ban can get you a little bit of the way for women, but a full ban on corporal punishment apparently does have beneficial effects, and many studies and meta-analyses have shown that this is the case in a lot of different countries. I understand some people, including my best friend, are pro-corporal punishment, but the evidence is there that it's actually pretty bad in a lot of ways.
Take that, Quay.
Don't say his name.
He's been on the show.
Anyway, good job, good work, Scotland, although you're not quite there, but keep pushing forward. Meanwhile France. Meanwhile, in France, they're working to stop deforestation around the globe. This is probably the most significant one of all of these. Although plastic pollution is important. France has proposed 17 measures aimed at putting a halt by 2030 to deforestation caused by imports of non-sustainable forest or agricultural products. 5 French ministries said that between 1990 and a couple years ago, the world's forest area fell by 129 million hectares, 319 million acres, 8 times the size of France's mainland forest. So we are losing forests all around the world. Back in the 90s, we sort of cared about it briefly, but now we don't talk about it anymore, but it's still a gigantic problem. And so they are gonna be potentially banning the import of things that are produced by deforestation, like palm oil, which we talk about constantly on this show now.
Love it, let's talk about Japan.
Yes, Japan, really fast. Meanwhile We purposely threw them off there. Meanwhile, in Japan, they have got a new minister of cybersecurity who says he has never used a computer.
Sumimasen.
Come on, man.
Oh God. The best thing I heard about Japan recently was that they recently apologized profusely for a train leaving 23 seconds early.
That is
the
awesome.
most Japanese apology ever.
But how is there a person in Japan that's never used a computer? Let alone,
I don't know.
How is if I didn't have a computer, do you know what my life would be like? And I'm not even the head of cybersecurity.
Don't want to be around you with that.
Thank you very much for watching this clip from The Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.